Welcome to Chapter 1, Lesson 1 of Soul Awakened. Again, my name is April and I will be your mentor during this course. And if at any time you have questions or want to reach out to me for extra support and guidance, you can find links in my Linktree bio to subscribe to my mentorship program and receive one-on-one calls and support from me. I am basing this course off of Kim Hutchinson's work, where she outlines the 7 stages of spiritual awakening, which most closely align to my own personal experience. If you want to learn more about the 7 stages, you can find her information in the comments and in the credits at the end of this video. But I wanted to give the disclaimer that I will only be taking this course up through stage 4 of the awakening process, because once you get to stage 5, then you don't need me anymore. Then you are at the point where you should be going out and mentoring other people and stepping fully into your gifts and spiritual purpose and helping others to ascend as well. All right. The first stage of awakening I refer to as the catalyst, because often our awakening is spurred by some kind of life-changing event that rocks us and shakes us. This can be a near-death experience, a chronic illness or serious injury, a rock bottom moment, or in my case, a soul connection that jolts you into remembering who you are. This catalyst event causes us to question everything we've ever learned, everything we've ever been taught, and turns our whole world upside down. I describe this moment in my book, which includes the story of the moment my awakening began in 2020, as a beautiful and disturbing hurricane. This shakeup came and uprooted life as I knew it. Now, not all people's awakening may happen in this way, but I am simply speaking from my own experience and from what I've heard many others share. I do want to give a disclaimer, however, that some people may start their awakening journey in a different way or go back and forth from one stage of awakening to another, depending on their willingness to accept what is happening to them and also their openness to accepting it. Coming back to the catalyst, when this catalyst occurs, one of the things we tend to do is question, why is this happening to me? Why me? We may even say things like, this is so unfair. I don't deserve this. This doesn't make sense. We struggle to understand it, and often we feel as if it's a punishment of some sort. So I want to begin this first lesson by attempting to provide some clarity on why we are chosen to wake up in the first place. An awakening comes to those whose souls are open to the experience and whose life experiences have prepared them to see things differently. One does not choose to awaken. It is a divine gift that chooses you. In some religious sectors, people may refer to people like us as the chosen ones, but for me personally, I don't like the connotation that has. It sounds very much like it's exclusive or even like it's coming from the ego. Some of us have been anointed as special and others have not. I don't believe that is the case. Ultimately, what God wishes for all of us is to return to our one true selves, to return to the great I am, to seek a greater connection with God, source, spirit, the divine, however you want to describe it. None of us has any more right to that than another. I believe that our soul's growth, our life experiences, our suffering, and our gifts has equipped some of us to see and feel and know in a greater capacity than others. Or I should say, we are the ones that spirit touches first, and then it is our mission to help others awaken to their true nature as well. Oftentimes, those who are propelled into a more enlightened state, whether that is through a catalyst event or some other type of wake-up call, have had to endure a great deal of pain and trauma. This pain and trauma is what opens us up to see and experience the world differently. After all, it is at our lowest points in life, in our deepest pain, that we seek out God, that we ask for His help, and that we finally surrender. My brush with death, with suffering, really began at childbirth, although I did have 2 other near-death experiences later in life. But I came into this world with the umbilical cord wrapped around my neck, and my mom thought that I wouldn't survive. I was a twin, and my twin sister was fine, but my mom prayed and prayed that I would be okay. and I was by the grace of God. But I think that is what caused me to be special in some ways. The saying goes that it is through the places where we are cracked wide open that the light can get in. And I think that is perhaps the way I came into this world. I was different than other kids at my age, and even different from my own twin sister. I was always very perceptive, very sensitive, and very intuitive as a child, as perhaps so were you. Did you ever feel like you just knew things, or you could sense things, like picking up on other people's energy or feelings? Could you just walk into a room and sense the tension there? Were you one of those kids who was always looking after everyone else, who was always helping others, the one others came to for advice and support? If so, then you may be able to go back to your childhood and see that you always had special gifts, and that perhaps you were always being prepared for this journey. As I said earlier, it is the ones who are most open, most aware, with the most heightened gifts who wake up first. That is not to say, however, that we are the only ones capable of undergoing a spiritual awakening. Anyone has the ability to return to their one true self, to return to the Creator. It's just that we don't get to decide how and when it will happen. Therefore, if you are questioning the why of your awakening, just know that there is a divine purpose to it, and that it is not a curse. It is a blessing, and God has big plans for you. The question is, are you willing to take your hands off the wheel and trust Him and allow this process to unfold? Are you willing to accept where you're being guided and to take responsibility on your side for the healing that must take place in order for you to fully expand? If so, then please follow along to the next assignment and the following lessons, and commit to yourself today. Commit to your growth, commit to your healing, your gifts, and your purpose here on earth. This journey is not for the faint of hearted. What God is calling you toward is so much bigger than you could ever imagine. Are you ready? Then let's begin.